September the 15th, Thursday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. A couple of web cameras across the great state of North Carolina. Avalon Pier web camera on the left, and on the right, that is the Beach Mountain Parkway cam, courtesy of our friends there at resortcams.com. Atop Beach Mountain is 62, and the Outer Banks there at Kill Devil Hills, it is 73 degrees as we start the day. Your temperatures this morning, 71 during the 5 o'clock hour here in Columbia and Fayetteville. It's 73 in Myrtle Beach and Wilmington this morning. A little cooler in Boone at 56 and 69 degrees up in Elizabeth City. Dew point temperatures in the 60s in many spots, except right along the coast in the 70s. And, of course, where you have temperatures in the 50s, you have to at least have dew points down into the 50s up there in some mountain areas. All right, so here's the deal. As we go forward in time, had a hot day yesterday. Temperatures trending down. I'll show you why in just a second. But we have a lot going on in the tropics, so let's take a big view across the Atlantic Basin here in your tropical update. 3 active systems. Now Tropical Depression Julia off the South Carolina coast. Ian heading through the open North Atlantic waters, and now Tropical Depression 12 with us in the eastern Atlantic. So let's go talk about Julia first. And again, it continues to churn off of the South Carolina coast. It is not a healthy-looking system. In fact, as of the early morning advisory today, downgraded to a tropical depression instead of a tropical storm. And it is just going to meander off of the South Carolina coast right through the weekend. You notice that track, kind of those track points right on top of one another, as this system will not move much at all as we go through the next 5 days. But not a ton of impact from Julia. Let's look at the radar here for the past 12 hours. And you notice the bulk of the heavy rain associated with the system is largely headed offshore. Occasionally you're seeing some of these showers get thrown back toward Wilmington and Myrtle Beach this morning. And that's really the same deal today. Here's the high resolution modeling. You notice the heaviest rain's likely offshore, but occasionally some of these showers making it into coastal parts of North and South Carolina. Winds a little bit gusty at times out of the northeast up and down the north and the South Carolina coast. But this is just a tropical depression, so this is not a big deal. But again, just a bit of a northeasterly wind that could be gusty at times up and down the Carolina coast. And rain totals do not look that impressive now that that system has taken that offshore track. Doesn't look too impressive at all. Maybe an inch of rain here or there of additional rains, but again, doesn't look terribly significant. Now let's go to the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. Here's Tropical Depression 12. I didn't show you anything on Ian. It's heading through the North Atlantic waters. But there's Tropical Depression 12, way out there, 365 miles west-northwest there, the Cape Verde Islands. And this is going to take more of a southerly route, I believe, across the Atlantic Ocean. You see that little dip south in the track as one ridge builds over top. There'll be an opportunity, say, mid-next week for more of a northerly turn, but then maybe another ridge on top. So let me show you a little bit on that here. Let's go to the European model. First of all, there's a pretty good piece of energy over the Rocky Mountain region today. But let me go out into the medium range here. And again, let's talk about any potential tropical results here. This is the height fields off the European model out at 186 hours. So this is out at next Thursday. You get another ridge building over the southeast that kind of builds out over the western Atlantic too. And so you look at this. This is out at next Saturday, the 24th. There's where the European model is sniffing out Tropical Depression 12, and it could be a scenario where if you get that ridge over top, it pushes it west toward the United States. That is a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, and obviously that's way down the road, but something that bears watching. Again, we're talking 10-plus days, at least 10 days from now, so this is a ways off, but we will keep an eye on it. All right, now, I mentioned not as hot today, and the reason? This cold front has moved through, so we're going to have more of a northeasterly flow in place here across the Carolinas today. Rain chances away from the coast are very, very limited, very little showing up on the high-resolution modeling. And I think your highs today, not as hot as yesterday, a lot of 80s on the board this afternoon. Now, same deal tomorrow, pretty quiet weather setup for your Friday. There's Julia churning offshore. Partly cloudy sky for your Friday. Your high temperatures look like that. Not bad at all. Saturday, guess what? Much the same. Maybe an isolated shower, but still rain chances looking pretty low. And there's your Saturday highs across the region. And just to show you Sunday, a touch warmer. There's Sunday's highs. So again, let me go back to the European chart here. There's that piece of energy over the Rocky Mountain region. As we get out to Saturday night and Sunday morning, here's what we look like. And then finally, that piece of energy kind of buckles through here and sends a cold front through here on Monday. Now, again, just to give you an idea of Julia, this is out at Saturday morning still on the Canadian model, still just kind of hanging out there off the Carolina coast. All right, GFS model. Here we are today. Tomorrow, again, there's Julia. Just not a lot happening. Northeasterly flow in place, though, holding temperatures in check. There's Saturday, maybe a little bit more of an inland push of a few showers or storms, but still not a big deal. Sunday, maybe a few isolated storms as that next cold front approaches, and then that front moves through Monday. And look at this. This is Tuesday and Wednesday, and let me expand the view out here. Wednesday and Thursday, big sprawling high pressure in the northeast building down our way. That looks to give us a much drier air mass Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. A lot of sun, much lower levels of humidity. Pretty good stuff, it looks like, for the middle parts of next week. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.